Hi Manny.
Hi Alfonso. You there?
I'm always here. Seriously. I sleep in the shack behind the pool house, lame pun totally intended. Let's get this started. What the fuck? Manny? What the fuck?
Was it a question?
Hahaha, yes, it was. I start all interviews with that. You should have read the other ones to get an idea of what you got yourself into.
I'll have to think about it. I think Aristotle would have said that the fuck is the fuck, since everything is equal to itself and different from every other thing. On the other hand, Wittgenstein would say that what the fuck is a move in a language game. The answer might be determined by any contextually relevant rule. So, for example, a felicitous answer could be, fucked if I know. I don't think Kant would have understood what you were talking about.
Hot. Nice one. Let's talk about your beard. I think it's glorious. I mean, it's the most awesome beard in Goodreads. I fucking love Hi. Do people ever ask you to let them touch your beard? If so, does it make you uncomfortable when they do? Or you just let them touch the beard? Now before you answer, I need to remind the audience that this is a really low budget movie. I could not afford a robot beard, so please, if you watching this, pretend robot Manny has a glorious beard.
Oh wow! I am so flattered. You think it's even better than Jacob Ford's beard? I am a bit jealous of it, but you think I don't need to be. Actually, only women I am really close to ever ask to touch my beard, and then I love it. Most people show respect for beards, and that gives me hope for the future of our society.
I don't know who this Jacob Ford is, but I can assure you, your beard is magnificent. There is no need for you to be jealous of any beard. And I'm not being sarcastic or anything. I swear from my kill to death ratio in Call of Duty that I fucking love you beard. Not in a gay way, not that there is anything wrong with gay, still. Pretty amazing. If I ever meet you, would you let me poke it a little?
I should point out in all honesty though that this picture is out of date, and my 2010 beard is significantly grayer.
That just makes it cooler. Like Gandalf the Grey. Everyone knows that's where he stores his powers. In the beard.
I hope I have not lost all credibility in your eyes.
Not at all.
If so, I will just have to accept it, and I must say you are a tough interviewer.
Thank you, I do what I can. Now let's switch subjects. I have 3 questions for you, but they don't come from me. If you give me an impressive answer to all 3 of them, and remember, I'm easily amused, and I'm really hard to impress, I will give you the name of the person who asked me to ask you those 3 questions. What you say? You down with that?
Well, I feel very reassured by your kind words. Not that I am insecure or anything, but I'm not sure I could allow you to poke it. Even if you assure me that it's not the least bit gay. If you want to bring along a beautiful woman to poke it for you, we can discuss terms. I'll be reasonable. Oh, absolutely. This is so Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Give me your 3 questions. I hope none of them are about swallows.
African or European swallows? Just kidding. Let's continue. Mystery question number 1. You read a lot of French spy novels. Let me ask you, if the French are known for love and romance, why can't they make a spy character as cool as James Bond? Bond gets like 3 or 4 women every novel, surely the French should be able to top that.
Alfonso, I just can't believe you said that. I can't.
But I did. And you must answer. Remember, you need to impress me to get the name of whoever wrote these questions.
Haven't you seen any of my Brigade Montaigne reviews? I have a special shelf for them. Boris Corentine is 5 times as cool as Bond. And gets a whole lot more women. And, like, most of them are French.
I have no idea of who Boris Corridon is.
Boris isn't French, he's Breton. There's a world of difference, except for Sophie Marceau and Carol Bouquet, of course.
I hope you are aware that I hate, and I mean I hate, everything French.
But these are the best books of their kind in the whole world.
Mystery question number 2. Your professional work is studying language and computers. Do you think someday a computer will ever write a book that people will regard as great literature? Who will get credit for writing it? The computer designer? The programmer? Will you program it to write about sexy French spies playing chess in outer space?
Alfonso, before I answer number 2, let me just say you need to read a Brigade Mondaine and your eyes will be opened. Well, a computer writing a book that people regard as great literature. Problem is that books about sexy French spies playing chess in outer space is going to have trouble being considered for the Nobel Prize. Isn't that just so unfair? And how did you know I was working on that anyway?
I'm Alfonso, Fishmaster, I know everything.
Security on our operation is so bad it's a joke. As soon as we've finished I'm going to go fire some people. I am planning to take half of the credit. My hard-working team can share the rest.
So far I'm not impressed, unless you come up with some good answers for number 3. It looks like you'll never find out who wrote me.
No one cares about the machine. Alfonso, I didn't expect some kind of Spanish Inquisition.
I told you to read the other interviews, but you didn't listen. Mystery questions number 3, you have some very unconventional reviews. Your review of The Little Prince has nothing to do with the book whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, it's funny, but what do you think is the purpose of a book review on Goodreads? And I'm sorry to keep talking about The Little Prince, but your review of that got over 100 votes, but then some of your reviews that do a good job talking about the book don't get many votes. What's up with voting on Goodreads?
Well, look, first My Little Prince review has everything to do with the book. I'm just trying to introduce people to the character by putting him in a familiar setting. The purpose of a review is to relate the book to things people know, so that they can understand what it's about. It's a sad fact that these days, 38% of the population haven't read anything but Twilight. So the most important thing is to relate the book to Twilight. I try to remember that, but often I forget. Of course there are other things, like my review of Dr. Faustus yesterday related it to The Devil's Advocate, Jaccio, Pope Benedict XVI and Harry Potter, but it was a real review. I quoted a bunch of lines from it and everything. Anyway, if you want an in-depth statistical analysis of what's up with voting on Goodreads, check out my review of the Blue Book of Charts to Winning Chess. I tell you I've thought about this. Okay, do you feel I've answered your question?
You have answered them indeed. And they were amusing as hell. But impressive? No. I'm sorry. But it seems that the identity of the mystery question's author will remain a mystery.
Glad you were amused, but I'm so peeved not to know who the mystery quiz master was.
I used to play the game Chess Master 8000 a lot when I was in college. The only way I could beat the motherfucker in Chess Master level was to pause the game and plan my next move in my real-life chessboard. You think I was cheating?
No, you're allowed to do that against a machine. It's doing exactly the same thing in the software.
Have you heard about the recent events that took place in Portland, USA? Something about some Goodreads babes getting together and doing sexy stuff that I cannot even begin to describe because it may blow your mind as well as mine.
Sexy Goodreads babes in Portland? No, this is news to me. Send me a link unless you feel it's medically inadvisable.
No link. I'm working these interviews in part to find out what happened. It's all in the other ones. OMG. You are leaving already. I hope I can get together and hold a second interview sometime in the future. Before you leave, give me 3 items to place inside my after doomsday capsule. And make me electronics. So people from the age of after Alfonso's rat can know what we used before.
Well, it was fun, but I'm afraid I have to go in a minute. Got a telecom with someone in California. If we do this again, I will prepare properly. Should have listened to you. Portland doesn't come across as a den of sexy corruption in Ursula Le Guin's novels, but maybe no one ever got around to telling her. Good luck with the time capsule. Bye. Au revoir. Hilda. Sayonara.